Hello, guys. Welcome to another edition of Bloodshots, podcast where we sit here and talk about movies and TV shows. To my right, Wes Baumgardner.
Hello.
To my left, Aaron Schmidt, who's drunk. Or drinking.
I'm drinking.
I'm drinking. And if you guys like the show, head on over to Facebook and like us. Head over to YouTube, subscribe. Support the show on patreon.com/derailed. You can check us out on Snapchat and Instagram as well. And Extra Life. That's what I was getting there. November 1st and 2nd live stream for the children's in the charities. And we're going to be doing weird things.
Seattle Children's is the charity.
Yep.
Seattle's children are the people.
The people.
That we benefit. Yeah.
Golf clap. We'll be doing stuff and giving away prizes and doing Let's Plays and talking, podcasting, making fun of Wes, making Wes do weird things. We're going to henna tattoo Aaron's face on Wes's belly.
For $5,000.
Nice. So a couple things to talk about today, but first we'll start off with Baby Driver. We saw Baby Driver.
We did.
Did we like it?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a must-see. In the theaters. Must-see.
Wes, did you like it?
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, thanks. I know that.
It's the worst named movie ever.
For real.
Except for Transformers.
Not Human Centipede.
No, it's a great name.
Terrible movie.
Human centipede.
Great name.
You want cuttlefish?
So,
It's Edgar Wright's newest film.
I
Right.
cannot do a spoiler-free thing, so I'm going to let that fall on your shoulders.
tell the kids who Edgar Wright is.
Director of Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, At World's End.
Wrote Ant-Man.
So everything Simon Pegg is in?
Yeah.
Pretty much. He wrote Ant-Man, was going to direct it. They switched directors on him, rewrote a little bit of the script. And I think he came out in an interview and said he will never watch Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
He's still pissed off at what they did. So.
Wow.
Fuck him.
Well, shit.
And then his most recent movie is Baby Driver.
Terrible name. Do you know where he got that name?
No.
Simon and Garfunkel song.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
About a driver for, like, crime driver.
The song
Crime driver.
Crime driver.
Better name.
Crime
The
driver.
song is
Crime
about a crime driver. Baby driver.
He's a kid who drives for Kevin Spacey for crimes.
Okay.
He listens to his iPod, and everything has to be timed out correctly. It's not like OCD, but kind of, you know. He wears earpods, listens to music, loves it. It's timed with the whole things, just like you saw in the trailers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
Doesn't he wear because of like really bad tinnitus or something?
Yeah.
he gets a girlfriend, or not a girlfriend, but like he starts talking to girls, and it's a very well thought out story. It's very well planned out action. It's a very smart, fun.
I was gonna say, does it have that
movie.
Edgar Wright feel to it, like a funny movie, but not a comedy?
There's some comedic.
Or is this a little more? Well, like Shaun of the Dead, he made Shaun of the Dead to be a horror film first, a zombie film first. That just happened to be funny. Hot Fuzz was a buddy comedy movie that then had, or a buddy cop movie that then had comedy in it. Like, he tends to do a movie type first and then add comedy to it.
It's not like that. It's not like a comedy movie afterwards. It's legit like
An action film?
an action movie, a drama with the classic drama humor that you see. Like, not all dramas are like completely, somber, unless you're like fucking. What's the name of that movie? Anyways,
Schindler's List?
sure, that's a good one.
I just picked a
It's a
random.
good movie. Good movie.
I give it.
There's not much you can say.
Is pretty much saying anything going to spoil some stuff with it?
Yeah.
So that's all I can say.
I know Jamie Foxx is in it.
Yep.
Kevin Spacey.
John Barenthal.
John Barenthal.
Yeah.
John Hamm.
John Hamm.
John Hamm. Yep. And the chick was pretty cool too. The John Hamm's little girl,
The
his girlfriend.
Hispanic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Baby Driver's girlfriend was cool too.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was very cool. Everyone was very good. Everyone was very skilled. The driving. The only problem I had was the editing. Sometimes I felt a little like shooken. And I don't know if that's... We were sitting kind of close. So I don't know if it was just my angle, and like I missed something, or like I blinked when I shouldn't. I don't know. But some of the cuts felt like the car was here, and then it cut, and then it was there, and it was like, it just felt like weird.
Was it cut like that to stay in sync with the music?
Probably.
It could have also been the AK-47 that walked into the movie theater while we were watching it.
AK-47.
Yeah.
Walked into the movie theater with a flashlight.
Yep. Just on his shoulder like this.
What?
There was some sort of gunshot at the mall, and so they called the cops, and the cops came into our movie theater with AKs. Or no,
and
M16s.
flashlights.
Oh, shit.
And flashlights. And just showed it, everywhere, and then just walked out, and everyone was like...
And it was super weird because after that, just random people started to get up and leave.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and the whole time I'm sitting there and I'm like, is there a bomb in the aisle? Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Like, I want to fucking leave.
Yeah.
I'm not about this.
So, to be fair, the movie was good enough for you to stay through all of that.
Yeah.
If
Well,
it would,
I didn't want to leave.
I don't wanna leave either.
Because I thought it was very unprofessional, like in every sense of the word, to do that. But they're
How
cops,
to
so they
start
can
a
do
panic
whatever they
attack.
Yeah.
any good trailers?
want. Protect and serve.
We didn't get to see.
We got to see 2 or 3 trailers.
I don't remember. One of them you were like, oh, they're remaking that movie.
Oh yeah, Flatliners. They're redoing Flatliners.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that trailer.
Yeah. That was the first time that I'd seen the trailer for that. It looks pretty interesting. I don't know if they could beat, like, the cast that was in Flatliners was just phenomenal.
No, yeah, they had like a great
Julia Roberts, Kiefer Sutherland.
young ensemble cast before
Yeah.
they were all really big.
Yeah. Great cast, though. That was a great movie. I love Flatliners. So I'll see it. I'll see it, definitely, just to see how it's done. One of the movies that I... Like, it becomes a cult movie, kind of like Lost Boys, from like the 80s, 90s
Yeah.
era. And then it's like they remade it, so I'm curious to see how they're going to do it, because it's not a movie that I would think that they would remake.
You know what movie I would remake if I became a director?
What?
Eddie and the Cruisers. Remake it.
Interesting.
With Dolph Lundgren as the main character. He smells crime. He's just a nose.
It's just a nose.
I would remake that though. You ever seen it? It's good. Never heard of it, have you?
I have heard of it.
Okay.
I barely remember that movie.
On the dark side. Oh yeah. It's good. It's a good movie.
So, Baby Driver, big recommendation.
Eddie and the Cruisers.
If we were to use ratings, I would give it a strong 8. Very strong.
It's very good. Go see it in theaters. That's all you need to know.
Okay.
So what else you got there, buddy? You're a little old boy. And talk about old boy.
Old Boy. This is a 2016 Spike Lee joint. It's terrible.
With Josh Brolin.
Terrible.
It says 2013 when I pulled it up on Cody.
Fair enough. It's in the 20s. 20-something. I think it's 2001.
Super weird movie.
Terrible movie.
The U.S. version or both versions?
No, Korean version's awesome. There are a lot of single shots. Also, that's a cool thing about Baby Driver is there's a single shot, a single take shot that's really impressive. And do you remember, you've seen Old Boy, right? The Korean one?
A long time ago.
You remember the scene where they're like, it's like panning behind the gate or whatever, and he's like fighting a bunch of people with the hammer.
Oh, yeah, the hammer, like the famous
The whole
hammer scene.
scene, yeah. It's like one take. It's not one take in the Spike Lee version for some reason.
Because that scene just like, I know it's a movie and a lot of effects. In the Korean version, that movie scene was brutal.
Yeah. And to be fair, like it is brutal. Like this is still brutal.
I'm not, but it's being brutal for brutal's sake. And whereas in that movie, it was an artistic.
It all meant something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Old Bay's like, he's locked up for some. It's been so long.
So
Quick synopsis.
I'll give you like the differences. So the original version starts out with him super drunk. You don't know who he is. You don't even really know his name, but he's super drunk, sitting in like a train station, trying to pee in a corner, and the cops are like, "No, you can't do that," or whatever. It's like kind of funny, kind of weird. He's just being belligerently wasted, and he's trying to get a present for his daughter, his young daughter, who's like 3, I think. Yeah, she's 3. And then he gets taken away in the middle of the rainy night, and then he wakes up in the room. The Josh Brolin version, you see, like, you get an idea of like what his job is. He's a terrible person. Like, his baby mama calls him on the phone, and he's like, "You're a bitch, fuck you, blah blah blah. I'm a terrible person, blah," And like, you get it. There's sympathy for the old boy in the Korean version. There is legit no sympathy for him in the Josh Brolin one. He's just a really fucking shitty person. And then he gets taken. In the American version, he's taken for 20 years. In the Korean version, he's taken for 15 years. The significance of this is his daughter, when he goes to save her, is 21 or 23 in the American version, 18 in the Korean version. So a lot younger. In the American version, he's shown mystery or unsolved mysteries, like this TV show. And in it, he's obviously framed for the murder of his baby mama. And the daughter goes into a orphanage, or like gets adopted or whatever, has this adopted family. She's aired on this show repeatedly as like the crime we've never solved, a big murder, blah, blah, blah. And then he tries to escape, gets smoked out, like they gas him or whatever. And then he wakes up in a box in the middle of this forest and breaks out, and he's got a bunch of money, and they're basically like, you have 24 hours or 48 hours or something to figure out who took you, why they took you, and blah 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 blah. And then find your daughter or whatever. In the Korean version, he meets this lady who, of course, turns out to be his daughter. That's the huge spoiler, is that it's his daughter. But there's like a reason that he meets his daughter, or the lady that helps him out. In the American version, he's like just like walking by, and then it's like happenstance. It's like, "Oh, how did I meet you? Oh, can you help me?" Blah. It's like super weird. She's like a doctor or something. And then in the Korean version, you get some flashbacks, and in the Korean version, it's old boy sees this girl, this like super like not very popular girl, having sex with this really old man. Or not really. No, that's the American version.
Yeah.
In the Korean version, it's the sister having sex with her brother.
Yeah.
Okay. In the American version, it's the daughter having sex with her father.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So in the Korean version, it's like pedophilia, kind of, because she's super young and it's his brother, and so like Spike Lee went a lot older. Like she was 23 because he was making it that he was going to have sex with his daughter, right? So in both versions, old boy has sex with his daughter. The lady who helps him turns out to be his daughter, and it's all orchestrated. But in the Korean version, she's 18, and in the American version, she's 23. She's like an adult. She knows what she's doing. So there's differences, but there's also the bad guy in the Korean version. It's always the girls from the school, like the prep school or whatever. Old boy sees her having sex with either her dad or her brother. He goes around and says she did this, and then she gets called a whore. something bad happens to her, and that's why the brother is seeking revenge on Old Boy.
Is the Korean version the same way with the way that everybody dies? Because remember the American one, the father is like embarrassed or whatever, and he
like shotguns
shoots
everyone?
the girl,
No.
shoots the brother, but doesn't kill him, and then shoots himself and
Yeah.
shoots the wife too.
Yeah, no. That doesn't happen. Or wait, maybe it does happen. I can't remember. No, it does, because he has a big scar on his side.
In the American one,
Yeah. No, he does. I think he does in the Korean
Does
one,
he?
too. I'm
Okay.
trying to remember. But in the original Korean one, the bad guy has like, yeah, he does. He gets shot, and then he has like this heart monitor thing that has a remote control, and that's used to stop his heart, and he dies.
oh okay,
In the American version, he reveals that it's his daughter after
Yeah.
they just had sex, and he's like, I just wanted to see that on your face. I just wanted to see your reaction, and kills himself. Like,
Yeah,
okay. In the American version, he then has a bunch of money, all of a sudden, like jewels and stuff from like Samuel L. Jackson's in it as well, like as this thug guy,
Okay.
who like watches the room that he's trapped in. So he gets jewels from killing him, gives them to his daughter. In the American version, gives them to his daughter. Is like, here's millions of dollars. You're safe now. I'm going back. He puts himself back in the room and lives the rest of his life in the room with a secret camera that like watches her, go about her life.
Yeah.
It's very weird. The Spike Lee version is legit terrible.
Oof.
It's really bad. It's just a bad movie. Like, you would never know that Spike Lee was like a renowned director. It's like, who the fuck is this amateur guy like making this movie? Like, it's not
Remaking
good.
Old Boy.
Ugh.
Or, I'm sorry, at this point, not really a remake. This is westernizing
Yeah.
Old Boy.
Definitely westernized it. But there's so much depth to the original one that I was like, that's why this was even a potential, to be remade, because there is something really special about the original one that was just lost in the American one. It's so fucked. But yeah. And then I watched the new Netflix series, The Keepers, which is about what city? Philadelphia? Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh?
Pennsylvania?
Somewhere in Pennsylvania, I think.
Okay.
Nun gets murdered. Okay? 2 nuns get murdered, actually. Like, 2 streets away from each other.
Okay. 2 nuns get killed.
Yeah. Tie it back to a church. So they're trying to figure out who murdered these people, and then uncover that this fucking father was bringing like young boys and girls to his office and just fucking going to town on them, and was like just like the devil, basically.
jeez.
It was awful. Still haven't found out who the fucking killer of the girl is. They think it's the father, but he's dead now. But they also can't prove it. There's one lady now. It took place in the 60s, so one lady now is like the main character. She's Jane Doe. Because she came forward, she basically had suppressed a bunch of memories. And then in the 90s was like, holy shit, I fucking remember all this stuff. And started like telling all these stories, like writing them down, and she tried to sue the church and the archdiocese. And she was like, this dude, Father Maskell or whatever, like took me to Sister Kathy's dead body, and there was like maggots all over her face, and I like wiped him off. She was like, help me save her or whatever. Like super gnarly stuff. And then the police are like, oh no, we found her in the middle of winter, so there could never be maggots or whatever. It was too cold. So like all these stories like didn't match up and stuff, and it's all about like repressed memories and this man, it's this whole web of shit that went on in this little like area of like
4-block area.
Yeah, of like this priest who just kept getting moved around. This dude, he basically, the Catholic Church knew he was doing this to kids, and they sent him to this place called like the Church of Life or something, and it's where they send priests to like to therapy, to
Like
be
rehabilitation?
yeah.
Wow.
But they like mask it. It's like not a rehabilitation center. It's like it's oh no, he's just it's the Church of Life or the Church of something or whatever, and he's like they're like the therapist or whatever is like the first one they sent me because it wasn't just for priests or whatever, it was for anybody, and the Catholic Church sent them their first priest. And he was like, okay, so do you have, like, anger problems or whatever? And he's like, no, I fucked a 14-year-old. That's why they sent me here. And he's like, what the fuck? Like, and he told the church, he's like, you can't send people here anymore unless you tell me exactly why they're fucking coming here. And they never sent him anybody ever again.
Wow.
Yeah. It's fucking gnarly,
Any
dude.
big name in it?
Nobody that I knew of. Nobody.
Huh.
It was just it was like Making a Murderer where it was like this
Oh, is this based on a true thing?
This is a documentary.
Oh, I thought this was like a show.
No, I'm so sorry. No, this is this.
So is this like the new Making a Murderer?
For me, it was. It was not nearly as good, but there was one episode where you did get into this web of like, we think it's this person and here's why, and you're like, holy shit, that fucking person did it, and they're like, well, here's this other person that we think did it, and here's why, and you're like, they fucking did it, and it's like, how did both these things happen on the same night? Like basically, two random people came home the night Sister Kathy died, with blood on their shirts, right? So she goes out to buy her cousin or her sister an engagement present. There, she just got engaged, and on the way home, she never comes home. She's died somewhere, right? One of these dudes they tracked down gave his wife the present that she bought, the wedding bell. She was like, I always thought it was weird 30 years ago, like when he gave me this bell, because we had been married for like a year, and it was a green birthstone, and she's like, my birthstone's blue. She's like, I liked it, but it was always really weird why he gave it to me. It's fucking weird shit, man.
Jesus.
Yeah,
That sounds crazy.
it was good. It was a good show.
Jeez.
Yeah, but again, there's no resolution, so don't expect to be like, here we found out who did it, right? And they still like have no idea. The two priests who were fucking shit up died. There's a secret character called Brother Bob, who the Jane Doe is remembering, but has just erased his face, so she can't remember who he is, and he's like a crux to the whole thing. One of the Sister Kathy's roommate died of cancer, and she, like all these cops were like, she knows way more than what she's telling us, like for years and years and years. So, yeah.
Weird.
Really, I hate those shows. It was so sad. Like, it's so depressing, but I have a love-hate relationship.
Once you started the first one, you're like, well, this
I
is
gotta know what
depressing.
happens, but fuck, this is so depressing. Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, true story. Fucked up shit, man.
I started watching this show called Gypsy. That's on, I think it's Netflix.
It's Netflix.
Is it Netflix?
I've seen it pop
Oh,
up.
that's right. Yeah, I was like, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, it was. I watched
Is it
the
a
first episode.
Scripted drama?
Yeah, it's about a psychiatrist that like leads a double life and gets involved with her patients and stuff in all these weird ways, and she uses different personas for like each one. So like it starts off where she goes to this like coffee shop, and she gives a fake name to put on her coffee cup, like one of the names that she uses, and then she goes back to have a session with this older lady, like probably in her 60s, right? And then her coffee cup was there with the name facing out, and she was like, "Oh, why do you have somebody else's name on your coffee cup?" And she was just like, "Oh," she turned around real quick, and she was like, "I guess I just picked up somebody else's coffee."
Weird.
Yeah, and she was like,
Pretty big name.
not that I've seen so far. I know that the main actress is someone,
Somebody.
but I can't remember like who it is.
Apparently, that new show Glow
Glow?
Yeah.
on Netflix
The
is a
one
big
with
deal. Alison Brie.
Alison Brie. Yeah, it's basically a drama
80s
comedy.
wrestling.
Yeah, it's a comedy drama retelling of the actual Glow.
Yeah.
It was an 80s wrestling troupe called Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. they're like a bunch. The story's like they're a bunch of struggling actresses in Hollywood, and then this guy's like, I have an idea to make money. Let's do wrestling.
Yeah, apparently it's
Yeah.
reviews.
It's like it basically follows the whole story of like how women's wrestling got popular.
Yep, they have changed some details, but
yeah.
of
Are you
course,
watching it?
No.
Okay.
I just know
wanna
that
watch it.
I'm probably gonna watch it though. As
Yeah.
big of a wrestling fan as I am.
Sure. I'm a big Allison Brie fan. After Community.
She's so
Captain
she's so
Marvel?
awesome.
So you're excited for Captain Marvel then?
That's not Allison Brie.
That's the other one.
Brie
It's Brie
Larson.
Larson.
Brie Larson.
Yeah. Close.
I got the Brie right at least.
I liked Brie Larson, but she did not do anything in Kong Skull
Only
Island.
thing I can remember. Oh, the only thing I remember
Kong,
her
yeah.
in was Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Right. And I know her from Room. She was the mom in Room. And I loved her. She was amazing. And now she's doing these big money pictures. I want to see Beguiled still.
Beguiled.
Yeah.
But
Colin Farrell. Directed by Sofia Coppola. Francis Ford Coppola's daughter.
Yeah.
1800? No, it's during the Civil War. During the Civil War, woman's only school kind of thing takes in a wounded warrior, and it's like this. It's based on a book. It's like this sexual innuendo-filled drama kind of thriller.
A lot of
thing.
sexual tension between.
Yeah, but
okay.
like it gets violent at a moment, and
'Cause it's still
the
the war.
mom of or like the house mistress or whatever is like. Super weird. I think it looks fantastic. It's my kind of movie, for sure. And then The House, which I want to see, but it's getting terrible reviews. But it's comedy,
it's a
so.
movie that like you just watch.
Yeah. The House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a movie you pay for.
House or Beguiled?
House.
Oh, yeah. I agree. Well, that's how I felt about
Most
one?
comedies.
Yeah, exactly.
In movie theaters.
Rough Night. I don't know if I got to talk about Rough Night on the podcast yet.
No, you didn't.
That's
I walked out of it.
Yeah.
Like, it just was like...
That's the ScarJo one, right?
Yeah.
There's too many plots in one fucking movie.
It was not enough plots. Because here's what it was. Okay, we killed the stripper. Let's hide the body. Let's Weekend at Bernie's this thing. Okay, that plan failed. Oh my God, our friendships are being revealed to their deepest core. Oh no. Okay, we got to get back to business. Let's hide the body. Oh no, that plan failed. Oh, you're such a terrible friend. Our friendship is being torn to its very core. Oh, we need to hide the body again. Like,
So
can we get the fuck on with this
so
thing? Like,
not the female Hangover.
Was it you the one that
No.
said, like the whole movie was almost in the house the whole time? Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Heather said that too. Yeah.
Oh, it was Heather. Yeah. And she's like, "Get the fuck out of the house."
Yeah, it's a fucking supposed to, I was like, female hangover. They're out of the house for like a minute, and then they're on the beach. They kill the dude, and then they're on the beach. It's in the house a lot. And
So you guys walked out of the
yeah,
film?
we were just like, do you want to go home? Like, I feel like we have better things to do.
They couldn't hide the body like a third time, and then the cop, like a fake cop shows up. Then they find out that it's the stripper that they hit on the head, because they hit another guy on the head that was actually a stripper. So the one that they killed was the stripper that they hired. Who the fuck is he? And I'm like, I really don't even fucking care at this
I
point.
just didn't care.
What's the other one called with the black chicks?
Girls' night.
Girls' Night. I bet you that one just ends up being funnier.
Probably. Not to me, but sure.
Your booty hole. It's your booty hole.
Oh my god! And then the lady in front of us that laughed at every
Oh, yeah, that's
fucking
right.
joke.
That might have done it too.
Oh my god.
That might have
What happened?
She was laughing at everything. Like,
What about during Baby Driver? Remember the two people behind us?
That's not as bad. Literally every joke was like the most hilarious.
Really?
thing
Yeah, it was
that
like,
ever-
You turned around and looked at the people behind us like 5 times.
Yeah. But they were sitting in front of me, so I couldn't.
Don't,
believe it.
but imagine a laugh roller coaster where it's like when one laugh is about to die, another laugh is going there, and then that laugh's about to die, and another, and it's like all they did was walk through a door, you know. And she's like, they walked through the door.
So wait.
It was
So
so bad.
the trailer, if memory serves, had one real joke I genuinely laughed at. Was the so we're going to have to eat him, but I'm a vegan. Like Kate McKinnon says that. Like the one joke. Is that actually like the one even remotely funny thing?
No, Kate McKinnon does have some.
She's
funny-
the saving grace of that movie.
Yeah,
She's so fucking funny.
but like
But it's
every
not enough.
single joke.
It's not enough.
What about the heavy chick? Was she funny or was she?
I think she's funny, but she's
Yeah.
not for everyone.
Who?
The one from Workaholics.
Oh, okay.
I think she's funny. But see, she started so her character loves Scarlett Johansson's character. And like they have a weird relationship where like she's like ScarJo, let's do this, and then they all they go out of college and they've spread apart or whatever, and she's like, how come you never talk to me anymore? Like we're best friends or whatever, and then the heavy chick finds out ScarJo had like a baby shower or a wedding shower or something and didn't invite her, so she's like, oh, I thought we were best friends, and it's like, okay, we gotta go hide the body, and then it's like another friendship reveal. Let's hide the body. That failed. Another friendship reveal, and it's like.
So let me guess. If you would have said,
I get it. You guys don't talk a lot anymore. You don't like each. Some
and
people.
then the husband like is freaking out because. Like,
Oh yeah,
ScarJo,
subplot. ScarJo's phone breaks down. Her fiance. Actually, that's the funniest part to me. Is that it's.
That was the funniest part.
The guys are doing like a wine tasting, and so they go from like the girls who are trying to hide a body. And like hide a stripper body, and then
cocaine.
Yeah, and then the guys are like sitting in this quiet library, and they're like, there's one guy like giving them the wine or whatever, and they're like, I'm getting some caramelization in this one. They're like, oh yes, I got that too, and it, like the juxtaposition is really funny between them.
so
like
at least
Bo
one
Burnham.
funny scene.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I didn't laugh. It's just that the non-funny parts got to be too long the longer the movie went on.
So it almost sounds like part of this. It does sound like it was a bad film, but part of it seems like it was ruined by the left.
That's me.
Why are you spread eagling right now?
I'm on the chair like I always sit. My feet are on the chair. Like every podcast.
That part of it was just too long. Like they could have made the movie shorter.
They either need to move around or make it long.
I was going to say, honestly, watch it when it comes out on like Kodi or something, because you can watch it here. You don't have some horrible middle-aged woman laughing her head off at every single
She
thing.
was my age. It wasn't a middle-aged woman. She was my age.
It was
That's-
also the experience where it's the tiny theater. It's like
Empty as
8
shit.
o'clock, empty, and they come in and sit right in front of us. And then he takes his shoes off and he's barefoot up like this.
Ugh.
And she's laughing at everything. And I'm like, so maybe I was just not going to like that movie, but still.
Like I said, give it a
That's
try.
fucking terrible.
We'll come back to it in a couple weeks or a month or something.
And they're just like, sorry.
It was just tough, though, like,
Like-
and then the fiance goes to like go to see ScarJo because you're supposed to care because he's saving his marriage. He wears a fucking diaper and to like drive to go.
What?
See her. Yeah, it's just.
What the fuck?
Okay, maybe not the best film, but I'd give it another try.
And there's a scene in slow motion where they go buy the diapers and they're like walking, and then the cashier's like, no, those diapers leak, and then it goes back into a slow motion of them going to get different diapers.
Oh my god.
Okay, maybe it's just terrible.
What the fuck?
I was trying to give it some praise, but
It's not good.
okay.
Does not sound.
And the
fucking
girls
good at all.
behind Broad City, that show, which apparently is really good, but I knew was not for me because I feel like it's the next Girls, from HBO. I don't get it. I'm not a girl, I guess.
Bye.
Kate McKinnon's so funny though. She's so funny.
Is she going to be the next big name in comedy?
I don't care. I just think she's funny.
She's hilarious. And even if the thing is, like, ScarJo's like, everybody, in the movie, she's like, everybody has been horrible. Then she points to Kate McKinnon and is like, not you, you've been okay. And it's, like, true. Like, she's
Yeah.
literally the only
They
one.
call out.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody's like
Jesus.
been dumb in this movie a little bit except for you.
The most funny thing, like, even, you see it in the preview where she drives up onto the
Yeah,
set
when she
Oh,
crashes
yeah.
it and then she tries to run away and she like falls on the ground or whatever. It's really funny. That's it. I think. Yeah.
Yep. That's all I got.
So don't forget, Baby Driver dies, Kevin Spacey's an alien, Jamie Foxx.
Is
His
Electro.
name Motherfucker Jones?
No, he's Electro.
Ah.
Butter.
Herbert.
Butter. Pizza.
Welcome back.
Good to be back. Well lit.
Yeah. Good audio.
Well recorded.
We have our researcher back.
Huh?
Pulling your jams right now.
I was fine tonight. Okay.
You were. You're getting better. Yeah.
It's because you saw what you do.
Just to be fair, that's not a one time.
It was the best too. Like the best aversion therapy was showing you the version of yourself that completely ignored Wes. So you got to see the extreme.
I was even like, that's terrible.
Yeah. You're like, why didn't I say anything?
Start keeping a little squirt bottle on here.
Wes is just like,
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, so okay. I guess I'll talk to Aaron now.
oh my God.
Okay.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Bloodshots. Once again, go to Facebook and go to YouTube and subscribe. All the other things, Snapchat-ish, Instagram-ish, Margarita-ish, and Extra Life on November 1st and 2nd.
So you can
What?
blend our margaritas.
Say what? I did that. Didn't I say that?
So you know.
You sure?
Yeah.
You really? It's hot in here.
True.
It's hot here.
It's really hot. Patreon.com/derailed help support the show so we can buy more alcohol.
Margarita salt, since somebody dropped it all.
Bye.